And I would like to say that, as I mentioned earlier, this evening is to celebrate all things Polonia. I would like to begin by introducing some special guests who have enriched our Polonia through their support, either by their actions, their words, or by various ways in always being at events like this. So I would first like to introduce Mr. Grzegorz Jobkiewicz, who is the consul from the Republic of Poland. Mr. Jobkiewicz.
Thank you very much, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it wonderful to turn back the time Isn't it wonderful to turn back the time and cherish the Christmas time in New Year? So may the year 2013, although it has 13, be prosperous and you feel a lot of happiness. And may the year 2013 be as good for you as it will be for Polish culture in Toronto. I cannot provide you with all the details, but we will have a huge publicity all year round. Everything is to happen, but unfortunately I cannot say more details now, as it will be revealed by the festivals. And I hope, of course, for the fruitful cooperation with Canadian Polish Congress, especially that it's getting closer and closer to us. Now I know that the address is Lakeshore Boulevard, so it's just a few numbers and they will reach the consulate. So it's nice building. So, and we have some office space still, so but as long as we will not be reduced, or person will not be reduced, we cannot serve with this office space. But maybe in the near future. Thank you very much.
Well, there's a reason for a fundraiser. We need to buy the consulate. I would like to introduce also Ms. Stella Ambler, who is the MP for Mississauga South.
Thank you, Teresa. And actually, I'm called Stella Ski at my table, but honestly, I just want to say what an honor it is for me to be invited to these events, and I thank you for that, Teresa, because the Canadian Polish Congress has always been very kind to me, as have my colleagues Vladislav and Ted Opitz as well. So, you know, being here to me feels like it's part of the job that we do as MPs, but it's also like being with my extended family. My heritage, my background is Italian. And we were talking about some of the customs, Polish customs at the table, and I noticed that many Polish customs center around the family and around, obviously, around our faith, our Christian faith. And so for Italians, it's much the same. And we also have both Italians and Polish have the same, not the same, but we both have rich, wonderful cultural customs and traditions, and I think, so for me, being here is like being with my own extended family. So I just want to thank you for including me, and I wish you all the best and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
I'm surprised that they didn't take up the name Ambler. I think it was Amber and change your last name to Bursztyn. Every Polish person got it because Amber is Bursztyn. Amber. You know, we just got better. You could be Miss Stella Bursztyn. I would like to introduce Władysław Bizon, who is the MP for Mississauga East Cokesville and my predecessor as president.
Thank you very much, Teresa, and I'm very honored and happy to be here. It's always a special evening to be at the evening at the Canadian Polish Congress. For a very obvious reason, I was the national president of the Canadian Polish Congress for 5 years. And first of all, I would like to congratulate Teresa and her new board. We just, the Canadian Polish Congress just had a annual general meeting, actually biannual general meeting, where the new board was elected. That was in Edmonton a few months ago, and therefore, Teresa, I would like to wish you and the new board all the best for the next 2 years. And I hope and I am sure they will be full of great work and successes for the Canadian Polish community. And this is the first Opłatek with you as the second term president of the Canadian Polish Congress. And also I would like to mention two things. First of all, we just completed, actually the interns completed their first round of internship. Blaine Hawkins, Canadian Polish Congress, and a group of us started in Canada, Poland, interparliamentary internship. And first 2 students came to Canada. One did internship at my office, young lady, graduate of the Jagiellonian University in Krakow, and the young gentleman that came from Warsaw did internship at the office of the Honorable Jason Kenney, Minister of Citizenship, Immigration and Multiculturalism. And we hope that we will continue. Of course, the internship program needs funds, but I think we will get those and we will continue for the great advantage of the young people, both from Canada and Poland. And also, my private member's bill to make April 2nd, Jean Paul II Day in Canada comes to the second reading on February 6th. And we hope we will come to the conclusion relatively soon after. Therefore, I'll be looking for your support and support, of course, of my colleagues. Before I conclude, I would like to say one thing, that we have wonderful albums here, and the title is Papa, We Remember You. And Stan Stolarczyk is one of the, I guess is the main publisher and author, and he organized all the whole project. Therefore, we would like to award or give this album right now to a few people present here. First, I would like to ask Father Gil to come to get the album.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Can I ask everybody with albums to come to the picture? We want to have a group picture. Thank you very much. Dziękuję. Szczęśliwego nowego roku. Do siego roku.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Okay, we're going to have to rush this along because otherwise we're all going to starve to death. I'd like to introduce Mr. Ted Opitz.
First, I'd like to echo that you've done a tremendous job with the Canadian Polish Congress. Because when all of us come together like this is just tremendous to be able to share our traditions together. But Polonia is something that evolves and moves and changes. You know, we do have some of our common foundations, like our Polish Catholic Church, represented by Father Provincial and our fathers, which are always going to be part of our lives in Polonia and will provide the stability spiritually that we need in this community. But we also have our youth at the back who are doing tremendous work together, and they're making sure that the young Polonia is ever present, getting out here, working in Canada very hard, but of course bridging the old country. And as I looked at Stanislav's book just now, one of the greatest moments of my life was when the Army assigned me to the World Youth Days for a year as the operations officer, and being so close to our Pope. Try not to cry, but it was a tremendous moment for me. But Władek's bill, Pope John Paul II Day in Canada, isn't just for Polonia. John Paul II was for everybody, regardless of your religion, your faith. He spoke words. He had principles and values that touches everybody on the planet. And I think from that perspective, this is going to be a brilliant bill. And I think all of Canada and all of our people are going to benefit from it. So, Władek, thank you very much for bringing that House of Commons. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right, so I have a few other guests that I would like to introduce. I'd like to introduce Ms. Maria Vorobiewa, who is the Senior Advisor for Jason Kenney and the Minister of Citizenship, Immigration, and Multiculturalism.
Hi, Happy New Year to you all. May this 2013 be a blessed year. On behalf of the Honorable Jason Kenney, I want to wish you health, prosperity, and I'm very, very fortunate to be interacting with the Polish community, the Canadian Polish Congress. Teresa, I admire your dedication and your faith in what you do and what the community is all about. Happy New Year and all the best.
Right, I would just like to introduce these people. I'd like to introduce amongst our audience Major General Lewis and his wife Sheila, and Major General and Vice Commander of the Order of Merit. I'd like to introduce Mr. Carl Kadogian and his wife Cynthia. Carl is the Director of Polycultural Immigration and Community Services. I'd like to introduce a few people that we all know well and probably have had some sort of dealings, not maybe directly with them, but with their company. Andrzej Pitek, who is the CEO of the St. Stanislaus St. Kazimierz Polish Parishes Credit Union. Mr. Robert Wigielski, who is the President of the Board of Directors of the Credit Union. I'd like to introduce also someone that I get to work with, but mainly I have a representative, Ivana Bogoria-Puczkowska, who represents me on the board of the Canadian Ethnocultural Council, and the president of that council, once again elected just now in December, is Lou Sokolowski. I'd also like to introduce, although I think he needs no introduction, Chris Corwin-Korczynski, who is here on behalf of the City of Toronto. I'm looking around to see, God help me if I miss someone, I'm sorry. I would like to introduce and thank the various presidents of the Polish district branches who are here this evening. And they've almost all made it, so I'm going to start down at the far end of the 401 with Jerzy Barycki. Unfortunately, Mary Ference couldn't come from London, but she has a whole table from London here. Could the London table group stand up? There they are. They made it in from London. Then go to Kitchener with Urszula Walkowska. Then Mississauga with Stan Reitmeyer. Oh, and then we have to slip down south to Hamilton for Stan Varda. The president of the Toronto branch is Juliusz Kirejczyk. And the Oshawa, Elizabeth Szczepański. People within their branches have a variety of various organizations, and many of the presidents of those organizations are here, as well as various groups of veterans and combatants who we all appreciate and love, and who are the basis of a lot of what Polonia is all about. Without all of their efforts and contribution, Polonia would not have that much to celebrate. And as I said, today we are celebrating Polonia. So I would like to thank and have a round of applause for all the presidents of the various organizations who work tirelessly for us, and though they are not often seen, or perhaps only seen within their own small groups, they make what Polonia what it is. Group of people I want to particularly thank this evening, because it is through their work and efforts that in this last year Polonia was able to have some of the achievements, history and culture to share with so many Canadians. I would like to thank those who helped to organize the fundraising dinner dance of the Canadian Polish Congress. Without their efforts, an evening such as this would not be possible, because the Congress has income only from membership dues and donations of those who work to support it. So I know that they're not all here, but I'm going to name them. Barbara Stadnik, Danusia Sokolska, Anna and Henry Łopinski, Marek Urbaniak, Greg Dorożynski, Marta Romaniuk, Michał Romaniuk, Stan Godzisz, and Irena Trembeski all worked to put together the fundraising dinner. It is a lot of work, and all the funds from that, other than expenses, go to help support Congress and its work. And it isn't easy in today's time to work on a minimal budget. Secondly, I would like to thank those who made Polish Heritage Day at the ROM a huge success. The attendance, including performers and volunteers, was around 4,500 people. It was the largest attendance on a Saturday for any ethnic Heritage Day that has been held at the ROM. Everyone seemed to enjoy the displays and performances. It was really a celebration of all things Polonia. The committee was comprised of a large number of people, some of whom are here today. Greg Dorożynski, Urszula Walkowska, Barbara Stadnik, Janet Łopinski, who did the organization for the program for the classical music, Anna Bobinski, who did the organization for the folkloric section, Shirley Mass-Conley, who some of you may know, but some of you may not know. She is the curator of the museum in Wilno in Ontario, up near Kashubit. She is a Kashub descendant, and she brought some of her artifacts down to the museum for display. Joanna Marks, who organized the Youth Center along with Mike Harvey. Małgosia Jedleska, who brought films from Poland in a display about Warsaw. Iwona Bogoria-Buczkowska, who had her Polish Spirit display. Marta Romaniuk, Michał Romaniuk, who did most of our graphics and did that very interesting film that I had lots of comments about with the questions and answers about Poland. Alex Stadnik, Joanna Kowalik-Bereśniewicz, Monica Wyżykowska, who brought, and along with the veterans, the